Hey guys, welcome back to Automation eLearn. This is your friend Suresh Dubey. In this video, I am going to discuss one more feature of GitHub, which is how to add a collaborators and how we can protect our GitHub branch. So in this video, we will understand how we can add a collaborators to our GitHub repository. And there is one problem associated with adding a collaborator. So we will understand that problem, which is very important and related to the security of your branch. And the third point is we will see how we can protect our GitHub branch, and we will understand about these configuration like adding a collaborators and protecting your GitHub branch, how these settings are configured for real project on enterprise environment. Guys, on GitHub here I have a repository git reset which is under Suresh Dubey account. Here I am the owner of this repository because I have created one under this account, my account. At the same time, I am also one of the collaborators in this repository. Here I can make changes, update files, etc. Right? But what if I want to allow my friend also to make changes and update the details in this repository? Then I need to add him as a collaborator so that he can also update the files present under git reset repository. This is what we will understand in this video. So let's get started. To add collaborators in your repository, you first need to go to settings tab here, and under settings you have to click on collaborators. Under manage access, here we have option add people, and you are seeing like you have not invited any collaborators at. It means at the moment for git reset we don't have any collaborators. Being the owner of this repository, only I can make changes over here. So let's click on this add people, and here I can search with the user ID. So my another user is, so this is my another ID which I am going to add here as a collaborators. Select and click on this button to invite to the user, and here we can see we have invited Automation eLearn 24 June and pending invite, and from here also I can remove the user if I want to remove. Here I have already logged in with the same user. You can see Automation eLearn 24 June. Here we can see the user ID. It doesn't have any repository, and if you refresh this page, under notification, this particular user received one notification saying Suresh Dubey invited you to collaborate. So this is the notification that will go to the collaborators that you have invited, and from here collaborators can accept the invitation or they can decline the invitation. So let's accept this. Now, being a Automation eLearn 24 June, I can access git reset from Suresh Dubey account, right? Now if we go back to my original account Suresh Dubey and refresh the page, here you can see now we don't have pending invite option. It means Automation eLearn 24 June is one of the collaborator in this repository. It means now Automation eLearn 24 June can edit the file under this repository. Let's give a try. So here I am using this as a Automation eLearn 24 June. Here let's make changes in any one of the existing files. For example, sample.txt. Click on edit, and let's add something, and commit message, and here we are committing directly to the master branch. So I have added one more line over here in this sample.txt, which is under git reset repo being an Automation eLearn 24 June. And same thing I can verify from here. If you go to root of the project, open sample.txt. I can see my changes, and you can also see the commit details. Like this particular user with this commit message, and this is the commit ID. Now automation eLearn 24 June user is one of the collaborator, and this particular user can update the files over here under git reset. So this is how we add a collaborators, and you can invite your friend, your colleagues also to make changes to contribute into your project. But here we have a problem that we will understand now. I have added one user as a collaborator, which is automation eLearn 24 June, and this user can also edit or add a file under this repository. This is what we wanted to achieve, right? But here we have a big problem which is related to security of your repository. Along with adding a collaborators, we need to do one more setting which is very important and related to the security of your code and repository. So in GitHub we have a main branch which is equivalent to the production, right? For my repo, this branch is called master. Okay, it could be any other branch also. Generally it is master or main. And here, as you can see, automation eLearn 24 June, this particular collaborator can update the files directly in the master branch, which is very dangerous situation. If someone is changing the file or code directly in the master branch, then it's highly possible that it could break the production. Like software is throwing errors or few important features stopped working, etc. Here, when automation eLearn collaborator was making a changes to the file, here it has option directly commit to the master branch, and this is exactly what we did, right? So your collaborator can make changes to your master branch, your main branch, which is equivalent to the production code. That's why it's very dangerous situation, and your client or user won't be able to access the application. It's highly possible. So to prevent this, we need one more setting which is actually at the branch level. Not directly related to the collaborator, but this become more important once you have collaborators. So before that, you remember I was not having any collaborators here. That setting, which I will explain in few seconds, was not important because I was not having any collaborators, right? So I was the only collaborator. I was the only person who can make changes into git reset. But now I have a collaborators. So making that changes is more important. Otherwise, any one of your collaborator can make changes to the main code, master code, right? So adding a collaborators is the repository level activity. Like I can add a collaborator so that this particular collaborator can access the repository. But the one setting that we are going to discuss now is at the branch level, because here the problem is I don't want this collaborator to make changes directly to the master branch. So here we need to do something which is at the branch level. So again, you need to go to settings in your main account, Suresh Dubey Git Reset, and click on branches. And here you can see my default branch is master, right? Which I showed you earlier. Like here I have a couple of branches, but master branch or main branch is the one which is equivalent to production. So in my case, it is master. None of the feature branches are equivalent to the production. So master is the one branch which I need to protect. And here we have a branch protection rules. You have not protected any of your branches. Define a protection rule to disable force pushing, prevent branches from being deleted. Optionally require status check before merging. So here we have an option to protect my branch, which will disable force pushing, prevent branches from being deleted, And there are many more options that we can explore while protecting the branch. So this is the place where we need to define few rules. And before that, I also want to show you one more thing. Go to root of the project, and here also you can see your master branch is not protected. So GitHub has detected I have a master branch which is the default branch and it's not protected. Protect this branch from force pushing deletion, the same detail that we saw earlier. And from here also I can click and go to the same page to define the rules. And from this section, if I'll click on add branch protection rule, so here I need to give the name of the branch, which is master. So we are creating a rule for master branch. Require a pull request before merging. So here we can read the details. When enabled, all commits must be made to the non-protected branch. It means if this particular check is enabled, you cannot commit directly to this branch, master branch. Submitted via pull request before they can merge into the branch that matches this rule. So the only way to update the master is via pull request. So pull request is one of the mechanism by which you can make changes to the master branch, and which is the safest and right way to update your protected branch like master branch. Pull request is basically where you can propose like you want to make changes to the master branch, and you will have a reviewer who actually need to review your changes, and only if you got approval then only you will have an option to merge your changes into master. So how many approvals you need? So from this drop down you can set how many mandatory approvals you need to merge your changes. So like if I'll select two people, then only if you have two approval for your pull request, then only you can merge, otherwise you cannot. Typically it is one, but it depends on your project requirement and admin settings, right? And if you scroll down here, we need to do one more important setting. Do not allow bypassing the above setting. The above setting will apply to administrator and custom role with bypass branch protection permission. It means the person who is admin, the above rule, this one is also applicable to the admin. So being an admin, like here I am the admin, I am the admin for this repository. So being an admin, I also cannot make changes directly to the master branch going ahead. I also need to raise a pull request. Someone need to review and provide approval. Then only I can merge my changes. Even though I am an admin, I cannot make changes to the master branch. So do not allow bypassing the above setting is all of the above settings, whatever we select from these checks are equally applicable to the admin also. So these are the two important checks that we have to select. Like all the commits should be made to the non-protected branch. No one can make changes to the protected branch here like master. And this condition is equally applicable to the admin also. And click on create. So here under branch protection rule, I have one rule for master branch, and I can edit also or I can delete. Here what you can do is, let's go and edit this. Here you can also give a pattern. For example, you want to apply this rule for all the branches which is starting with release, something like this. So if you have 5 branches which are starting with release word, then this rule will be equally applicable to all those 5 branches. So I have a couple of feature branches starting with keyword feature. Let's give a try and see. So I'm giving feature and star, and save changes. Here you can see currently applies to 6 branches. Why 6? Because if we go to root, here I have 6 feature branches. So the same rule is applicable to all these 6 branches. Okay, but let's revert it to master because that is something we need to protect. Master and save changes. Now we are applying this rule to one branch, which is master. Likewise, you can have different rules for your different branches based on the different condition and requirement. Now let's verify this. So earlier automation eLearn made changes directly to the master branch. Let's try to do the same thing again and verify the rule. So here, being an automation eLearn, let's go and modify the file again. Edit. Let's add one more line. Scroll down. Here we are getting a message that you cannot commit to master because it is a protected branch. And we have an option like I can create a new branch over here and commit to the branch and create a pull request that we understood earlier. How to create a pull request, how to review it, how to provide approval, that I will be discussing in my upcoming videos in detail. But for now you can understand like I don't have any option to commit directly to the master branch. I can create one separate branch and I can commit my changes over here, but it won't be committed to the master. So here we are good. Let's verify another setting that we did, like branch protection rule is also applicable to the admin. So here I am admin. I'm using this as a Suresh Dubey and I am admin here. Let's make changes to one of the file. And let's see whether we can commit or not. So here also we have the same situation. You cannot commit to master because it is a protected branch, and even though I am an admin, I still need to create a new branch, feature branch, and raise a pull request. It means follow the same path. So now I have a collaborator to my repo. Here settings, collaborators. I can invite my colleagues, my friends to contribute in this project, but at the same time, I have restricted them, including admin myself, to make changes to the master. Now we are at the safe place, and here we don't see any message that we were getting earlier from GitHub like your branch is unprotected. We don't have any such message now because we have protected our main branch, master branch. So we are good. This is what we wanted to achieve. So guys, this is the complete setup that you should do to prevent your branch and allow collaborators to make changes to your project. And this is exactly how it's done in companies for real project, where protecting your main branch is very important. Otherwise you will be in big mess. So again, I want to highlight one key point over here. Whenever you add a collaborators, it is at the repo level. So once you have collaborators, it means all those collaborators will have access to your repository. And the protection rule that we have created is applicable at the branch level. So like here I have created one rule for master. So this is the difference. Collaborators is at the repo level and your protection rule is at the branch level. Alright guys, so this is the complete setup that we need to perform so that we can have a collaborators and we can also protect our main branch. I hope you have learned something new in this video. Let me know in case of any questions or doubts, and please subscribe to the channel to learn many other features and topics. Thank you for running this one. Thank you.